The King of Malaysia, Muhammad V, did something incredible 4 years ago. King Muhammad married a beauty queen from Moscow, Oksana Voevodina. Their marriage was luxurious and heartwarming, the dream of every woman, and they seemed so in love. However, just a year after the wedding, King Muhammad kicked out his wife, even though she was pregnant with his child. This act of the king left everyone in shock. Why did he suddenly abandon his wife and child? What secrets did he discover about her? And how is she now? Watch the full video to find out. Marriage and divorce. In late November 2018, it was reported that while on leave from the country, Sultan Muhammad V had married former beauty pageant winner Oksana Voevodina in Biography, Russia. She acknowledged in June that their relationship was a mystery to some and explained how the pair met in 2017 in Europe. Explaining that jeweler Jacob Arabo introduced the pair, she revealed that they exchanged numbers after chatting all evening and continued their romance with daily phone calls as they embarked on a long-distance relationship. Eventually, she claims, the Sultan confessed that he fell in love with me from the first moment he saw me. After Voevodina was offered a year-long modeling contract in New York, she revealed, "My future husband was very upset and asked me not to decide about that job before our meeting." However, the reported marriage in Moscow was a party to enable Oksana Voevodina's friends and family to celebrate the couple's official Islamic wedding, which had taken place in private on 7 June 2018 in Kota Baru, Kelantan, following Oksana's conversion to Islam in April 2018. There is no official record of a marriage in Russia. On 22nd of November 2018, Voevodina secretly married Sultan Muhammad V of Kelantan and the 15th Yang di Pertuan Agong, or King of Malaysia, as his second wife in Moscow, Russia, without knowing her husband's first wife. Oksana also confirmed she and the then king underwent a secret Muslim wedding some 5 months before her very public ceremony in Moscow, when she wore a dress she had been dreaming about since childhood. And recalling her Moscow marriage, she said, "I want to say thank you to the people who shared this happy moment with us and were together with us that evening. It was a wonderful and beautiful wedding." Her husband's first wife is Sultana Nur Diana Petra. They also already had a traditional Malay wedding in Malaysia on the 7th of June, 2018, before the Russian wedding celebration. She converted to Islam that same year, in April 2018, and changed her name to Rihanna Oksana Petra, adopting the family name of Muhammad V. While the purported wedding was widely covered and discussed on social media, as of January 2019, no official statement has been released to confirm or deny that matter. The media reported the birth of their first son, Tengku Ismail Leon Petra bin Tengku Muhammad Viv Faris Petra, on 21st of May 2019 in Moscow. She captioned in her snap, 21st May 2019, the day when my life was divided into before and after. Everything that I was told about the changes occurring with a woman after the birth of a baby is true. This love is special. These feelings are completely new. I am grateful to Allah and my husband for our son. Now there are 3 of us. However, on 22nd of June 2019, a month after the birth of their mutual son, Muhammad V divorced Voevodina in Singapore by a talak tiga, third talak, or talak bain, the irrevocable divorce executed by simply announcing to his wife that he dissolves the marriage, which is considered to be the most offensive and disapproved type of divorce in Islam. The British-educated Sultan abdicated early this year after he saw the revealing pictures and lurid sex claims that were published about his new wife's past life as a reality TV show star in her homeland. The lurid show featured 11 young Russians thrust together at a luxury Sol de Occidente villa in Mexico belonging to Russian actress Jana Friska. An advert for the program said they lived there making love to each other from time to time and emotionally discussing their relations. In her first hours, at the initiation ceremony, the couple were intimate with each other for the first time, and soon they were spotted in the pool making love, KP reported. A contestant on the reality show said at the time, "Nobody will ever approach her now." They had discovered some hidden secret about Oksana's past life that they did not want to resonate with. They were speculating that she had lived in wildlife and indulged in so many outrageous activities like partying, substances, men, and a whole lot more. The royal family was truncated and did not want to have any connection with Oksana. During the TV interview with Russian presenter and top female opposition politician Ksenia Sobchak, Voevodina revealed the Czech wife of Muhammad V, Diana Petra or Yana Jakubkova, reached out to her and her father, insulting and threatening her son in June 2019. This incident was widely discussed in the British and Russian media. After Voevodina had posted photos of their life together on her Instagram account, the Kelentan Palace finally issued an official statement on 6 September 2019, rebuking the matter as untrue by condemning postings of the monarch's private life on social media as inappropriate and defamatory. The Sultan somehow expressed regret regarding his personal choices in his private life, which caused confusion among the people, albeit without mentioning any names, and acknowledged that the marriage did occur. Following her divorce, Oksana found herself in a complex situation. The media widely covered the breakup, and Oksana had to adjust to her new life as a single mother, far from her former status. While some of the public attention waned, Oksana continued to face challenges, particularly surrounding her son, Tengku Ismail Leon, who was born shortly after her separation from Sultan Muhammad V. She navigated this difficult period with strength and resilience, striving to provide for her son and shield him from the public's curiosity. The birth of her son, Tengku Ismail Leon, brought new purpose and focus to Oksana's life. As a mother, she dedicated herself fully to raising him, sharing glimpses of her life with Leon on social media. She often posts about her journey as a mother, providing her followers with snapshots of their daily lives and the bond they share. Oksana has spoken openly about her challenges and commitment to giving him a loving and stable upbringing. One of the more publicized aspects of Oksana's life after her marriage has been her efforts to secure recognition for her son. She has pursued claims to establish Leon's status and lineage, a process that has faced legal and cultural complexities. Oksana has sought to ensure that her son receives the support he needs and that his rights are recognized, a challenge she has approached with determination. Oksana remains in the public eye today, though her role has shifted significantly from her days as Miss Moscow. Her focus is largely on her son, and she has embraced her role as a mother, sharing her journey with her social media followers and inspiring others with her story of resilience. While she continues to make occasional public appearances and maintains a presence online, her main priority is her son's well-being. The 50-year-old former King Muhammad V is in a bitter battle with stunning 25-year-old Oksana Voevodina over her payout. A source close to Sultan told Mail Online that the former Miss Moscow demanded a London home after asking for one in the Russian capital. Although these claims have not been verified with her, Voevodina is also said to have asked for €24,000 to help pay for the costs of their son Leon. The British-educated ex-king asked courtiers, "Who does she think I am, Bill Gates?" Regarding the allowance, the source said, "Is he attending Eton next year that she needs too much for an infant?" In recent interviews and posts, Oksana has highlighted the importance of strength and independence, often addressing her challenges with hope and positivity. She has been vocal about her role as a single mother and the joys and difficulties it brings, using her platform to share her struggles and achievements. In this way, she has gradually crafted a new public image as a resilient figure, one defined by her dedication to her son and her ability to overcome adversity. Before uncovering what led to the divorce, let's learn a little about King Muhammad. King Muhammad. Sultan Muhammad V was born on October 6, 1969, in Kota Paru, the capital of the Malaysian state of Kelantan, and he was named Tengku Muhammad Faris Petra. He grew up with a deep understanding of the responsibilities and traditions of royalty from an early age. King Muhammad was immersed in the values and customs of his family lineage, traced back to the Kelantan Sultanate's generations. He finished his early education in Kelantan before further pursuing his studies abroad. He attended the Alice Smith School in Kuala Lumpur, a prestigious international school, before continuing his secondary education at the Oakham School in Rutland, England. Muhammad was made the Tengku Mahkota, Crown Prince of Kelantan on 6 October 1985 and formally installed at Balarang Sri, Istana Balai Besar, Kota Baru, Kelantan on 6 October 1987. On 14 May 2009, his father, Sultan Ismail Petra, suffered a massive stroke, which left him incapacitated and unable to carry out his duties. He was admitted to Mount Elizabeth Hospital in Singapore, and Muhammad was appointed the Regent of Kelantan on 25 May in the Sultan's absence. On 13 September 2010, Tengku Muhammad Faris Petra was proclaimed the 29th Al-Sultan of Kelantan by Article 29A of the State Constitution, which states that a sultan can no longer be a ruler if he is not viable to rule for more than a year. He took the regnal name Sultan Muhammad V. Sultan Muhammad V attended the 222nd meeting of the Conference of Rulers for the first time as a full member in October 2010. This marked the recognition of his accession as Sultan by other rulers. Sultan Muhammad V is Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Intelligence Corps, Malaysia, and a Royal Artillery Regiment, Malaysia. Since 23 November 2022, he has served as the Chancellor of University Malaysia Kelantan, UMK, per his duties as Sultan of Kelantan. As the Crown Prince, he learned the intricacies of governance and diplomacy, developing a strong sense of duty towards his people and a commitment to upholding the state's Islamic values. King Muhammad also likes to rear wildlife and is interested in raising animals such as horses and deer. He shows much concern in caring for these pets and never tires of going to great lengths to ensure the best upkeep of his animal sanctuaries. The Kelantan Monarchy.
Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim today received His Ahli Yang Kehormat Yang Pertama Sri Paduka.
The monarch's position, officially the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, rotates every 5 years among a group of hereditary sultans who are titular leaders of 9 Malay states. The other 4 states have governors instead. They didn't want to say one king was superior to the others, said Serena Rahman, a visiting fellow at the Isyas Yusof Ishak Institute in Singapore, who studies rural Malaysia. The power-sharing arrangement was developed when Malaysia became independent from Britain in 1957, and the sultans, who had previously ruled independently, with support from the British colonial authorities, needed to nominate a figurehead to rule over a newly federalized nation. According to recent government figures, the Malaysian state allocates 13.5 million Malaysian ringgit, or nearly $3.3 million, for the king's annual salary and expenses. Taxpayers foot that bill. The king's ceremonial duties include swearing in prime ministers and issuing royal pardons. Sultan Muhammad swore in Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad after he returned to power last year, albeit only after a mysterious delay that put the nation on edge for a few hours. The king's position has always been largely ceremonial because the Malaysian parliament and prime minister monopolize administrative power. During his first stint as prime minister, the monarchy's powers were further curbed in the 1990s when Mr. Mahathir pushed through constitutional amendments that limited sultans' legal immunity and canceled their right to veto legislation. Yet many in Malaysia see the king as the embodiment of the traditions of the country's ethnic Malay Muslim majority and the monarchy generally as a voice of objective reason, Dr. Rahman said. As a result, politicians often cultivate support from sultans to woo voters from the country's Malay political base. Sultans can also play politics. In 2014, for example, the Sultan of Selangor chose not to endorse the chief minister nominated by the local government. Conventionally, it was well established that a constitutional monarchy does no more than endorsing and formally appointing the nominated leader of a victorious parliamentary party or coalition to head a new government, a group of political analysts wrote. In the present case, this was manifestly not done. Even though support for Malaysia's monarchy is generally high, especially in the country's rural Malay heartland, its reputation has suffered in recent decades from a series of scandals. Among the most notorious royals was King Mahmud Iskandar of Johor, who was accused in the 1980s of fatally beating a golf caddy who had laughed at his putt. He was immediately immune from prosecution. Generally, I think you could say that the urban, Western-educated, and modern in thinking tend to question the relevance and need for royalty, said Fahri Azat, a constitutional scholar in Kuala Lumpur, the Malaysian capital. But Mr. Azat added that because Malaysia's colonial-era Sedition Act criminalizes open criticism of the monarchy, the palace's critics tend to keep quiet. Reign of King Muhammad. Sultan Muhammad V was elected Deputy Yang di-Pertuan Agong on October 2011. He served in the post from the 13th of December 2011 until he was elected Yang di-Pertuan Agong on the 13th of December 2016. His official appointment as the heir apparent of the throne came in 1985 when he was just 15. This title confirmed his place as the future ruler and was a step forward in preparing him for the responsibilities he would eventually inherit. Over the years, he began representing Kelantan in various capacities while gaining respect for his humility. King Muhammad took a keen interest in charity, dedication to his people's welfare, religious observance, and preserving traditional Malay and Islamic values. These were accessible traits that endeared him to the people of Kelantan. He knew the expectations tied to his lineage and undertook various roles within the royal household. Because of his father's ailment, the Kelantan Royal Council appointed Muhammad Faris to ensure stable governance for the state on May 2009, entrusting him with duties and responsibilities of the Sultanate in his father's stead. He proved himself worthy, capable, and steadfast in that position. While he was at it, he demonstrated a balanced approach to leadership. His tenure as an acting sultan reinforced his popularity and allowed him to engage with the people directly, showcasing his adherence to the values of the Kelantan monarchy. After nearly a year and a half as acting sultan, the Royal Kelantan Council decided to officially install him as Sultan Muhammad V, following a complex legal and familial dispute that arose due to the delicate nature of his father's illness. Sultan Muhammad V was therefore installed as the 15th Yang di-Pertuan Agong of Malaysia on 24th of April 2017 in a ceremony held at the Istana Negara, Jalan Duta, Kuala Lumpur. His younger brother, Tengku Muhammad Faiz Petra, the Tengku Mahkota, served as regent of Kelantan throughout Sultan Muhammad V's tenure as Yang di-Pertuan Agong. Sultan Muhammad V's dedication eventually led to his election by the Conference of Rulers on the 14th of October 2016 to become the next Yang di-Pertuan Agong, the head of the state of Malaysia, a position in which he would further contribute to his nation's cultural and political landscape. His reign began on the 13th of December 2016, taking over from Abdul Halim, the Sultan of Kedah. He was made an honorary fellow of his former college, St. Cross College, Oxford, on 28 February 2018. It was during his reign that Malaysia witnessed the first change in government in 2018 when the ruling Barisan Nasional Coalition government, led by former Prime Minister Najib Razak, was unseated by the Pakatan Harapan government, led by former Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad. Sultan Muhammad V also granted a royal pardon to Anwar Ibrahim, the current Prime Minister of Malaysia, which paved the way for him to return to the Dewan Rakyat again in a by-election held later that year. In an unprecedented move, Sultan Muhammad V became the first Yang di-Pertuan Agong to abdicate from the throne, effective the 6th of January 2019, while his term was to end on the 12th of December 2021. Among the historical events that took place during his reign were granting an audience to the heir of the British throne, Prince Charles, and his wife Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, at Istana Negara, and granting a full pardon to then PKR de facto leader Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, which led to his immediate release from prison. Anwar was serving a 5-year sentence for sodomy. Apart from that, Sultan Muhammad V also showed great interest in and paid attention to the field of education. As the Chancellor of University Technology Mara, UITM, and University Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia, UPNM, he attended every conference organized by the universities. Aside from being Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces by his position as the King, His Majesty was also honored as Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Artillery Regiment due to his leadership quality in military affairs. He also involved himself in various charitable organizations, apart from taking an active role in various other bodies related to security and the military, as well as extreme sports like four-wheel drive expeditions and sports like equestrian, archery, and shooting. He also loved wildlife conservation. Sultan Muhammad V is also well known as a wise ruler, gentle in speech and courteous, having been instilled with these moral values based on religious teachings and world knowledge since childhood. Struggles in King Muhammad's role as Yang di-Pertuan Agong.
To enable 5 key projects for the state to be carried out immediately. He said the implementation of these projects, as announced by the Economic Affairs Minister,
Although King Muhammad's reign as Yang di-Pertuan was shorter than anticipated, it left a lasting impact on Malaysia's monarchy. Sultan Muhammad's resignation came just 2 years after he ascended to the post in December 2016. The palace said the Kelantan monarch had informed the other rulers of his decision. His reign ended controversially after he took a 2-month break following treatment beginning November 2nd. It was reported during this time that the 49-year-old had married Russian beauty queen Oksana Voevodina, who was 25, in Moscow. During that time, Perak Sultan Nazrin Muizuddin Shah was acting king until December 31st. The Council of Rulers held a rare and unscheduled meeting just days later, and speculation spread quickly that Sultan Muhammad would step down soon. That has now come to pass, and the Straits Times understands that Sultan Nazrin will continue as acting king before the council picks a new monarch. Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad also wrote in a blog posting titled, "Rule of Law," that all Malaysians, including the royalty, were bound by the laws of the land. There is no provision which exempts anyone from the rule of law. There is a special court for the rulers, but the laws are the same as those applicable to ordinary citizens. The rulers too must respect the laws, he wrote. He further complained about how it is disturbing to see blatant breaches of the law being perpetrated in the mistaken belief that immunity has somehow been accorded. However, his posting did not make specific reference to any offense. While nothing bars a monarch from marrying a foreigner, Straits Times has learned that other rulers were uneasy with the arrangement and the possible coronation of Miss Voevodina as a queen. Asked about the Agong's status last Friday, Tun Mahathir said he had not received official information and had only heard rumors. Sultan Muhammad was the first Agong without a queen consort. He was also a part of history, as during his reign, the Barisan Nasional's unbroken rule over Malaysia ended after last year's May 9th elections. Although he swore in Dr. Mahathir as premier late on May 10th, he had first invited Parti Keadilan Rakyat President Wan Aziza Wan Ismail to his palace earlier in the day. He then met leaders from Pakatan Harapan for hours, leading to speculation over whether he would refuse to install Dr. Mahathir, the ruling coalition's agreed choice for a prime minister. There has been widespread speculation in Malaysia that Sultan Muhammad's abdication was part of an effort by the sultans to protect the integrity of the monarchy in the wake of his alleged recent marriage to a former Miss Moscow in Russia. The palace has declined to comment, even as photos believed to be of their marriage circulate widely on social media. All about Oksana Voevodina. Oksana Andreevna Voevodina, born on the 10th of July 1992 in Taganrog, also known as Rihanna Petra, is a Russian model who is the former wife of Sultan Muhammad V of Kelantan. They married during his reign as the 15th Yang di-Pertuan Agong, King of Malaysia, and divorced soon after his abdication as king. Oksana revealed she was raised and educated in Taganrog, a city in the Rostov-on-Don region, and learned English by attending an Oxford summer school. It is unclear if she learned English in Oxford or attended a language school affiliated with the university. She later pursued an undergraduate degree in economics at the Plekhanov Russian University of Economics and a master's degree in management, calling herself a specialist in international marketing. She is also a beauty pageant winner and was crowned Miss Moscow 2015. Voevodina Oksana was raised and educated in Taganrog, a Rostov Oblast, Russia city. Her father, Andrei Ivanovich Gorbatenko, is an orthopedic surgeon from Rostov-on-Don, with clinics in Rostov-on-Don and Taganrog. Her mother, Lyudmila Voevodina, a concert pianist who worked at the Bolshoi. Oksana won the Miss Moscow title in 2015 as a beauty pageant contestant. She competed in the Miss Moscow beauty pageant at the age of 22 years old and won it. Following her win, she continued to model. Also, she launched a few lifestyle endeavors, including a swimwear and beach line and a beauty salon, according to her Instagram. Her victory helped her establish a modeling career in Russia, where she became known for her striking looks and poised public appearances. With her new fame, Oksana steadily rose as a public figure, capturing attention in Russia and beyond. As her career grew, she began to attract attention for her beauty, presence, and style. Oksana Voevodina's life has been a journey through success, challenges, and personal growth. From her early career as a beauty queen to her high-profile marriage and eventual role as a single mother, she has faced each chapter with resilience. Her focus on raising her son, Tengku Ismail Leon, has shaped her new public image as she balances her responsibilities as a mother with her career. What do you think about the Sultan of Kelantan and his relationship with the Miss Moscow pageant queen? Feel free to share your mind in the comment section below. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe. Before you go, click on the video displayed on your screen.